co-host, Anthony Beck, along with my other co-host.
Jerry Lamar Brown Jr.
And Marcus is currently doing the Wrestle Purist podcast right now. So right now, we'll see if he pops in later. He or may not. He's pretty much ghosted us all week.
I know, man.
Yeah, y'all. You call me Hollywood. Look who's really Hollywood. They got the Wrestle Purists getting paid by them, and they just completely forgot about us. I mean, I guess that's just the way it is. But y'all better hope I don't hit the lottery. That's all I'm gonna say. Who's Jerry? Who's Marcus? But you guys enjoyed the last episode so much with Allie Peak that we wanted to do y'all the honor of bringing her back again from a peek inside the Gators. Allie Peak is joining us again this week. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. There's college football on our TV. This is a great day.
That's right.
There he is. And Colorado's already down 3-0.
No. Oh, my God.
Wonderful.
And Western Carolina is tied with NC State at 7 right now.
Arkansas is taking care of business, though.
I mean, they're playing Arkansas Pine Bluff. They better be taking care of business. And then on Fox, you got North Carolina and Minnesota going to be kicking off soon. I think that might be in a weather delay, though. Let me see. I think that's what it said. Yeah. Weather delay right now. They'll get that kicked off soon. But, yes, as Allie said, we have college football on our TV tonight, which means you already know it's about to be a loaded Saturday and Sunday. That LSU USC game is going to be a good one as well. And Florida State fans, sorry to have to say this, but Monday night, all on the set is going to be on y'all again. So
2 weeks in a row of all the pressure.
If you lose, first of all, if you lose to Boston College, well, you should have canceled your hotel tickets to Charlotte already.
Yeah,
after last week, you should have already done that. You lose this week, you might as well cancel your season tickets.
Oh, one of my cousins, he's already like, "Oh, I'm not going to the games." I'm like, "Oh my God, this dude is already done,
already out."
He's trusting his eyes, he's trusting what he's seeing, and he's going to go from there, and he's out of it.
Oh, that happens sometimes, but
it does.
Speaking of college football, we got a big game this week with our Florida Gators here, as we welcome that team from South Florida, the tropical depression. I mean, the Miami Hurricanes, to Gainesville. Jerry, I think you said you're going to be there. I don't know how you got last minute tickets because the game's sold out.
Hey, man, things happen.
Yeah. Don't know where you're going to be sleeping besides in your car because the hotels are booked.
I'm driving back. right after the game.
Okay, never mind. That makes sense. And Travis Hunter just scored a touchdown. But
Heisman.
Some of us have the ability to do that. Others are 5 hours away. So, I mean, can't necessarily do that.
I'm 2 hours and 17 minutes. So, it ain't nothing.
That's nothing. I literally just have 5 hours.
You're making that at like 8 o'clock at night too. You're fine.
Yeah. It's perfectly fine. I'm excited.
And by the way, speaking of which, before we get into it, didn't you say that there's a certain guest you're bringing with you who's their first game ever?
Yes, man. I'm bringing my little sister. This is her first game. She wants to go to UF, and now it's even more urgent for her to go to UF now with my dad passing away in the last 2 months. So she's super excited about coming to this game this weekend.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. How old is she?
She's 16.
Okay.
Yep. And actually, a big recruit I want to shout out.
It's being the very first game that she's going to. I mean,
I
there will
know.
be no Charleston Southerns in her future because it will not be the same.
Yeah, we were debating Sanford or this one.
Oh, you still far away from Sanford. I'm not trying to the EMS no more because you nearly died in the stadium. I'm not doing that again.
I don't need that. But yeah, we chose this one. I'm like, we need to go to this one. Miami's her second choice, so I was like, let's just go to this one. And yeah,
we got to work on that second choice. We got to work on that.
Oh, it'll work itself out.
I mean, you could have at least said FAU or North Carolina. Something.
I have. Look, she doesn't want to be like me. It's okay.
I'm gonna leave that one alone because I don't want to turn into a stand-up comedian right now. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. But we got a big game coming up this week. We got Miami coming in. Unfortunately, I will not be at the game, but I will be there 2 weeks later. Jerry, you said you'd be at Texas A&M too, so but focusing on this game, Allie, I watched your podcast last night. You had Coach Coop on there. By the way, big time Miami fan. I will go ahead and openly admit this in this show right now. That man content funny as hell. I gotta admit.
He is very funny. He's very amusing.
Wait, who is it?
But that diss track you did, that ain't it, brother. That ain't it. That ain't it. And it's gonna come back to bite you. That's all I'm saying.
The amount of Miami tweets that I have bookmarked that I just really hope I am able to bring back up after this last week is too many to count.
See, I've retired from trolling, but I may have to go back in that dark place if I start seeing some crazy tweets.
I try not to talk trash. I try to, speak in facts but man, do Miami fans just know how to troll. And the crazy thing is they think it is insane that Florida even thinks they have a shot, but there's nothing for them to point to that backs up what they say outside of saying we're so much more talented. And you're like, oh, well, weird, because 247 said that our roster is actually a tick better. Oh, well, that doesn't take into account transfers. Okay, well, Florida ended up with a higher transfer class than Miami did last year. Oh, well, that's only because you guys took a whole bunch more. Well, we took one more. Oh, well, it's because you're relying, it doesn't take into account the way it should. And you're like, okay, your wheels are spinning. Somebody on my Twitter told me today that we can't bring up crowd noise, and because Ward has played against Oregon and Washington on the road, and I was like, well, one, he didn't win those games. Two, you can't compare the stadiums. And somebody literally told me they sell their stadium out so much more often than Florida, and I was like, well, that's not true. Florida sold out every game last year. One. Two, Washington holds 70,000 people and Oregon Stadium holds 54,000. So even if they were sold out, we're never 70,000 deep. If Florida's not at a sellout, it's like 1,000 from being a sellout. It's not like we're still talking so many more fans, even if it's not a sellout. It's not close.
I've actually seen that about Cam Ward. Money, I've actually seen that. Jay Money was good, man.
What's good, brother?
What's good, Rob?
Rob, what's going on, man?
We're going through some of these comments, and we got a question for you already, Allie. Just right out the gate.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Billy's a man of few words, right? Like, he doesn't trash talk. He doesn't generally show his hand. I think he's confident in what he's got in the locker room. And I would not want to be Cam Ward on Saturday. I do not disagree that he potentially has a higher ceiling than Graham Ward. He may end up drafted much higher. Than Graham Mertz. He might end up drafted much higher than Graham Mertz. But all I'm concerned about is Saturday. And on Saturday, Graham Mertz is the returning starter to a team playing at home. And Cam Ward is playing in the loudest venue he will play in as a Hurricane, game one, with new microphones in the headset and an entirely new team and offensive coaching staff. So you cannot tell me that there's not going to be a learning curve with that. The Cam Ward that we see week 10 more than likely will be a completely different Cam Ward than we see week 1. But we get him week 1.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, forget just the loudest stadium he's played in as a Hurricane. It's going to be the loudest he's played in ever.
Yes,
so,
I please hope that he is telling himself, oh, I've played at Washington and Oregon. It's the same. I hope he is telling himself that.
It's definitely not, man.
Definitely not.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, why don't you guys just go ask Utah what they thought 2 years ago? There were Utah writers, I kid you not. They said it was the first time they've ever gone to the Swamp. One of them literally got on Twitter and made a video and was like, "This is by far the loudest stadium I've ever been in. My ears are ringing."
Yes.
She's like, I don't even know if my ears are gonna stop ringing. That stadium when it's going, when the team is really good, it's a big game and they're rolling, that stadium, I kid not, people, it literally shakes.
It shakes.
It does. It
Just
absolutely
shakes.
shakes.
It sounds like a mini earthquake.
Yes.
Wondering if we actually did cause earthquakes now that the stadium actually does shake.
It's not just small bursts of it either. Like your eardrums will be ringing after you leave the stadium because it was that loud for 3.5 hours.
Yep.
Right.
And not to mention, on Saturday, I just looked at it. It's going to be 93 degrees, and this is around 3:15. 93 degrees, and it'll be, I think, 92 at about 3:45.
Muggy as only Gainesville can be. The seventh circle of hell will be what it feels like there. We'll be sweating with 90,000 of our closest friends.
Yep.
Sometimes I'm not going to lie. But looking at this game, some of the keys to the game, I look at, of course, the offensive line. Speaking of which, let's kind of get into that depth chart because I think the one thing everybody is really surprised with, other than the fact that George Gomes is starting, by the way, very high on him, but Cam Waits beat out Brandon Crenshaw Dixon for the right tackle spot. So what was you guys' reaction when you saw that? Because for me, it's a testament to, number one, his hard work coming back from that Achilles injury, but the development of him in his game.
Yeah. I mean, he's been in that program for a long time, right? 3 years at this point. Like that's progress. That's good that you ground it out and here you are. I just, the offensive line is the key to all of it. Right. And having Crenshaw Dixon is a nice little rotational piece buffer. We're going to need that on offensive line. We are going to need fresh legs all the time, but that's my biggest area of concern. I don't know if for you guys it is, but that line is what I'm looking to see. That's the key. That's the linchpin, I think.
Yeah, likewise. And it's always been, especially, playing against any top quality team, top 25 team, if your line of scrimmage is not on par and they're getting pushed around, just like what we saw, Georgia Tech versus Florida State. Florida State's a higher ranked team, more talented team, I guess you could say, but they got pushed around all afternoon long. And whoever wins that battle, especially early in the season where the margin of error is this small, they will most likely win the game.
Yeah.
I mean, but getting pushed around by a bunch of engineers that are going to be working at Google, Apple, Microsoft, a little bit different.
Bro.
They get street cred already when they get there. So, but for me, it went from being concerned about two guys on that offensive line to one. Because I'll be honest, and I know a lot of people have said, Cam Waits didn't look that great against Missouri or Florida State. He was also coming back from a torn Achilles.
Yeah.
Even 100%. So, of course, he's not going to look that great.
Yeah.
But he was fully healthy, and when he played, he looked pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So, I'm not as concerned about him as I am about number 70 at guard. But I don't know if you've heard this, Allie, but I've actually heard that he might be on a little bit of a short leash. If he's not performing well, he's getting yanked out of there with the quickness.
Really?
That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I've heard.
Interesting. I mean, now I did not hear that, but that that wouldn't surprise me. Does that surprise you?
It doesn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Rod Kearney's been he's been cross-training at both.
Yeah.
Damn, Q. Damn. Who's that on him?
Jesus. Relax here.
That was very mean.
Yeah. You
been the best. We need him to be good. We need him to be very good.
Can we at least say he can go to heaven?
Right.
I mean, my God. But that's the one position, the guard position I'm concerned about. But I will say this. If we're able to run the ball on that side, it's honestly going to tell me everything I need to know. Yeah. Maybe that side wasn't as bad as it was made out to be. That's what we're hearing anyway. But we just have to see it. But looking at this depth chart, there was some surprises, but that one was the biggest one. Cam Waits winning that job because
that's big.
It's a testament to his confidence, his hard work, and just the development. Maybe, just maybe, we're starting to see more development. And also, I love seeing Bryce Lovett as
Absolutely. Yes.
because they said he's cross-trained at all 5 positions. So
Yeah.
that's great in a sense right there for his development. And
What do you
hopefully
think about Childs and Graham both breaking the 2 deep?
I was like so shook when I saw that. I'm like, okay, these guys must be the real deal. The hype is
Real
real.
deal, right? You're
Right.
true freshman here breaking the 2 deep.
I mean,
Yes.
you have veterans literally saying they are a problem in practice. So when you're hearing like
Linebacker room is just so improved. Like think about the 180 that was done in that room this offseason.
Completely different. I think we're going to see guys that can defend the pass, defend the run, be physical, be finesse. We've seen them do that in their high school film as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just, oh my gosh, I'm ecstatic about seeing those boys play and run around, chase the ball. And I also want to mention, considering people that we lost, I don't know if y'all saw Texas A&M's depth chart, but Scooby Williams is like the 3rd string.
Weird.
Like,
And that's what happens. What, probably 7 out of 10 times with transfers. It's generally not that the coach is a terrible evaluator of talent.
Mm-hmm.
It's generally not that it's everybody else's problem.
Yep.
So, I don't know that we can be shocked. Obviously, there are examples of where it works out. Graham Mertz would be one of them. And, if your coach leaves, your position coach leaves, whatever else. But I don't know. If you're not going to put in the work here, you're not going to put in the work there.
That's facts.
oh wow, J Money wasn't lying. NC State is losing, but it looks like NC State's about to get ready to score. But I will. You know what, Rob? This would not surprise me, with the exception of NC State, if they actually lose this game.
So how ironic is it if I read this on Twitter, Florida State runs the table, which I honestly think we beat them at the end of the year, so this doesn't happen, but runs the table, so they have 1 loss, and they are then arguing that they should be in the playoffs over, a group of 5 school that's undefeated.
That would be crazy.
First game, like, yeah, no.
I just would love to see the reverse of what happened last year and hear them have to backtrack all their arguments about being in control of your own destiny by just winning the games on your schedule.
That would be glorious.
That would be glorious. Honestly, that loss was glorious for me. And I know we're here to talk about Miami, Florida, but 7 months of nonsense about how you're too good for the ACC. You should have been at the playoffs. All of this, the former players coming out before the game saying you should see how angry and upset that locker room is. They're men on a mission when they come out. Listening to Pat McAfee talk about oh man, I would never bet against Florida State. Watching how they came out of the tunnel, they're on fire. For them that to be the outcome, that was glorious.
Hey, boys are getting juked in. It looked like, honestly, EA Sports College Football 25. They couldn't stop anything.
That's the more concerning thing if you're a Florida State fan, right? It wasn't a dumb mistake that cost you.
Yep.
You didn't have any turnovers. You had 1 penalty the entire game. So It wasn't boneheaded mistakes. You just weren't good.
Yep. You just got whooped. You got beat down. You got out-coached as well.
I wouldn't necessarily say they didn't make a dumb mistake. They actually did.
Which one?
Maybe you should have got a different quarterback from the portal.
Oh.
I mean, because if his work at Clemson didn't tell you everything you need to know since he was in the damn conference.
Right.
I mean,
you had firsthand experience.
I mean, although I think no, he didn't play that game. But yeah, actually he did beat them. I think he did as a starter.
But barely though, wasn't it? They were a very untalented team and they kind of stuck around or something like that. Wasn't that what happened?
Yeah.
I believe that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking at this depth chart, another surprise for me really is it's the fact that when you look at the guys that transferred in that we got this year, really none of them beat out the young guys that were already on the roster, with the exception of Asa Turner, who pretty much walked into a starting spot.
Right.
So other than that, the rest of that tells me that the development of the younger guys
is where you want it to be.
Is exactly where you want it to be.
Yep.
None of my.
Where's Slackman on it? I'm trying to look at this from here.
I think he's.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
I think he's listed as a starter.
Yeah, so Slackman would have been one where came in and took a spot. I think I read that we have 6 transfers that are starting.
Yes.
Which, I mean, that's we signed 16. So, more young guys are beaten out than transferring in. But I don't think that's a bad thing. Okay, so it's Caleb Banks or Joey Slackman listed on there. I mean, I've heard Joey Slackman has a screw loose, and that's exactly what we want on defensive line. So I'm kind of excited to watch him. And we had such a hard time getting pressure from our, front guys last year. So I'm interested to see, okay, so can new blood make a difference here? Are we going to see some more, push up the middle, which we need? That's particularly with Miami, that is, something that we're going to need to do. We're going to have to get Ward kind of on his heels a little bit if we're going to be successful. He makes mistakes. We got to force him,
Another guy,
I agree. And I think what'd you say, AB?
George Gums Jr.
He killed like a freak at the spring game. I was like,
yeah.
For him, because that's another one that came in and got a starting spot.
Yeah.
And they
Pup Howard.
Yeah, Pup Howard is what? Oh, man.
Did you think we expected that?
Yeah, Pup was a monster.
Back room right now, and I'm like, how you see a juicy steak and you just salivate and you want this. That's how I'm looking at this linebacker room right now.
Yeah.
And you have leadership.
That's which where Wingo comes in too, and they said he's had a great camp. So
yeah,
I'm sure
we got options, which I feel like we haven't had options at linebacker in a while.
No, definitely have not.
Davis,
not enough options anyway.
Right, you're right. We haven't had a linebacker room like this since Jared Davis and Antonio Morrison.
Yeah.
So I think the key thing here is with those guys being so quick, when Cam decides to try to escape the pocket, if we can't get pressure, those guys run like 4.5s. They're going to be right there, foot for foot. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's going to be important in the game. And also, like you were saying, Allie, getting pressure just from the front four. You don't want to have your defense coordinator trying to scheme up all types of blitzes when your front guys can't get pressured up by themselves.
Right.
So if we can get front four pressure, man, I think we're going to be in tremendous shape here. Seriously.
Yeah.
These tall tackles, you see 6'7.5", 6'8".
Oh, he likes those tall guys.
Yeah.
You have a guard literally playing that is literally 6'8". Well, oh wait, that's Cam Wake. But these 6'8" and 3-4-3s, my God, these are some. Look, Ruben Bain Jr. That's gonna be the matchup. Cam Waits against Ruben Bain Jr. If Cam Waits can contain him, then that's going to – well, first of all, you might have a potential all-SEC right tackle, possibly.
That would be – I mean, man, when's the last time they had an all-SEC
right? God, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. You contain that guy.
Yeah.
This is going to be a back-and-forth game. Colorado has scored again to make it 14-10. So, but
we still can't play defense. Okay.
Yeah, nobody's playing defense at this point. But looking at this game, what is an area of concern that you, besides the offensive line, is there another area of concern that you may have going to
line, right? Trenches are what concerned me the most. I don't think Florida's defensive line was awful last year. I just don't feel like they were physical. I don't feel like they had that mean streak in them. We needed to see more from them. And, that's the way you beat Cam Ward, right? Exactly what you said, Jerry. You bring 4, you drop 7. But that means your 4 have to beat Miami's offensive line, which is an incredibly tough offensive line. And have you taken those steps forward? I think all of Florida's defensive line players are specimens, right? I think them being in the strength and conditioning program they were in prior to this offseason did them no favors. And I think they were soft. I think they were mentally soft and I think they were physically soft. So I'm looking to see if that is something that changed. And that's something that's got to change in the weight room. right? And whether or not that's changed, that decision has now happened. And so we'll see, but there is no coming back from it at this point if it hasn't. Your team is built in the offseason, and that's now over. So did we do enough this January, this summer, in the spring to kind of rebuild what they're made of,
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the head, honestly. I mean, like we said all the time, we saw what happened against Kentucky last year. That was just the most insane, just
physical.
we got pushed around really bad. So, and then Utah as well. My main concern, man, I got to go with special teams.
That was going to be my next, for sure.
Got to go special teams. I mean, I don't even.
Is every single one of us going to be counting in the stands?
I know I am.
I'm like, wait a minute.
I told someone on Twitter today, I will do double duty. I will look for multiple numbers and I will count how many men we have on the field. I feel that I am up to the multitasking, task here. I can do that.
No, literally.
You know what I can literally see happening, even though this would be something crazy? What if Florida has like 10 guys on the return team, but somehow they score a special teams touchdown?
Then it kind of cancels itself out. We don't totally kill you because you scored, but I'm still going to be pissed if there's 10 people on the field. Like,
I don't know why I can see that actually happening for some reason. Like, these guys really got 10 guys on the field. What are we doing? We still have the same problem. Oh, he scored.
I literally, you might, if you watch me get hogtied on the field, it's going to be because I ran down there to lose my shit about 10 men being on the field. Like, that is, I will personally escort Napier out of the stadium if we've got 10 guys on the field at special teams at any point on Saturday.
That might literally require you dragging him with you being there.
I mean, I just like, I am going to be positive. It is a new season. We've turned over a new leaf. We sure as shit better have 11 men on the field for special teams at all times.
1,000%.
We didn't do it for the spring game. So
I know, multiple times.
Pissed me off.
Multiple
Like,
times
bro.
we had 10 guys on the field during the spring game.
I'm like, is Napier trolling us right now? Or like, what is going on?
And then they gaslight us by saying, like, actually, statistically, Florida has one of the best special teams in the country. And the stat they're looking at is a stat that doesn't take into account penalties that negate the play, which is basically every special teams blunder that we had. So, like, yeah, we take away all of our mistakes. We're actually a pretty good special teams team.
Yeah, we got to do better with that because, like, also in the spring game, the last play, whenever I think it was Mertz's team kicked the field goal, Lagway's team had that game, like, because special teams issues. I mean, it could have been fixed, but it was just sloppy, taking long to set up, get everybody on the field. And I'm like, are we seriously doing this right now?
Well, we hired Joe Houston. I'm hoping it is a new leaf. But yes, I mean, I think you can throw Utah in there too. There was multiple special teams blunders against Utah, and that was a close game as well. And so, I mean, truly, everything goes right in 4 games this last season. We have 4 more wins.
That's so true. That's so true.
I would actually take out Missouri and replace them with Utah. The reason I would take out Missouri, I'm not getting over that 4th and 7.
4th and 19.
All Andy Nunnery had to do was keep drifting back. He gets an interception, or he at least knocks the ball down. We win the game. Special teams. I mean, if that doesn't happen, we win the game.
Yes,
we literally win the game. And
the ESPN predictor was like at like 98.9% that we win the game when that happened. Yes. Terrible.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say Utah, even though special teams did play a role. Also, the pre-snap. God.
But even with the special teams blunder,
pre-snap penalties in the red zone when you're about to score.
Oh my God!
You gotta be positive. It's a new season. You're getting me pissed off about what happened last season. It's a new year. We're new us.
You know the reality of it, Allie. Like, there's going to be a moment in this game that just pisses us completely off. Like, we already know that's coming. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure, it does. I just need there to look like there's progress. Even if Florida loses to Miami, which I believe Florida beats Miami, but even if Florida loses to Miami, if we're in this battle to the very end, and it's one of those things where the last team with the ball wins or something like that, but we didn't make any boneheaded mistakes, I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to chalk that up to, okay, we're moving in the right direction. But just don't cost me a game because you make boneheaded mistakes. If we see some of the same old, that's where the issue is going to be for me anyway.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I want us to put our foot down their throat. I don't even want a loss. I don't even want to think about a loss. I hate Miami.
Me too.
Well, mostly just their fans, but we need to beat them, and I think we need to beat them convincingly. That's how I feel about this. If you want to be a new team, you want to prove to recruits that are going to be there that you are the program that you say you are. This is what you've been building.
Yeah,
you got to beat them really bad.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it, man.
Listen, we haven't done a very good job against our rivals. We need to defend our home stadium. I do think Napier does pretty well in home openers. You can look what happened against Utah 2 years ago, how we played against Tennessee, beginning of the season last year. So I do think the crowd will be in it. And you have to think the stadium's never going to be louder than it will be on Saturday, because the second the first loss happens, wherever it happens along the schedule, right, it kind of just will take everything down the tiniest notch. It is, new season, new team, new us on Saturday, and we will all be at our complete highest amped point. And we got to capitalize on that. They've got to win.
Allie, did you bring the Miami fans with you?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't do it on purpose. I don't know. I had you guys should see my inbox this week on.
Are you serious?
My comments on my YouTube channel and stuff. It is
comments. They were
wild.
They were out because I watched that episode. They were out of control. They're pretty much, like she said, they're pretty much saying we shouldn't even be on the field with us.
I mean, they're predicting they win by 25 points. They're predicting, I'm talking blowout. They think that we don't belong on the same field together. There is no these are decently evenly matched teams. We're going to see a hell of a ball game. It's like, no, you don't deserve to be on the same field as us. What are you talking about? I don't. And Cristobal has one more win than Napier during his time at Miami as Napier at Florida, playing in the ACC.
There we go. I just saw a comment.
What does it say? Read it out loud.
Says, man, Florida ain't beating Miami when you look at the rosters and take your orange and blue glasses off. Miami is clearly the better team, and Miami will not be intimidated at all by playing in the swamp. The game might not even be close. Miami is better than Florida at almost every position, and there is no way that Florida's bad offensive line is going to be able to block that ferocious pass rush by Miami. And Miami has a winning record against Florida at their own place. Miami is going to intimidate Florida. They're going to physically impose their will on Florida. Miami is clearly the more physical and talented team, and it might not even be close.
Well, you have a word with 247 Sports. We didn't rank the roster talents. They did. They said Florida has a more talented roster. The last time Miami played in the swamp, I'm pretty sure it was 2008 and Florida won.
Yep.
So if you're really telling me you're going back more than 20 years to prove that point, sure. Okay. None of these kids are even born, but go for it.
And I'll go a step further with that 2008 game. If you look at the totality of that season for Florida, do you know that was one of their worst offensive performances of the season?
That game.
And they won 26-3.
Yes.
So kind of let that sink in for a minute.
I can't lie. These comments got me like, what?
Some of the things I started to respond to some of them on the video, and I was like, all right, what are you doing? You are this morning, I had coffee in my hand. It was like 6:42, and I was like, you dumbass. Oh, backspace. Like, this is drink the caffeine first, then argue with the delusional Miami fan. And they'll say things like, Cam Ward didn't have weapons at Oregon State. Well, Cam Ward had 3 1,000-yard receivers.
Right.
So what? He didn't have weapons? Or my favorite is that they're like, oh, did you see he threw for 4,000 yards? He's going to do that for us. So they think that they're going to carry over the amount of yards he threw, but then they'll also tell you, oh, no, it's going to be totally different. He's not going to fumble nearly as much because it's a totally different team. So, we'll take the positives that he had, and those are automatically happening, but definitely don't dare imply that the fumbling issue might follow him, because that would never happen. It's a new team.
Right.
The trolling going to get real. I can't lie. Trolling's going to get real.
I should tell you to play that Remember that video I sent you that comedians asking why Florida doesn't play in Miami? And he was like, saying like, where are we going to play you guys at?
Oh yeah, I forgot what I might have deleted that part.
I was going to say that video. I should have you play that video.
Dude,
My favorite is Miami fans are going to outnumber Florida fans, which we heard last week, but previous to this. And then it was we only gave them 4,000 seats and then they're mad at that. And like, y'all don't fill up your own stadium. When we play down there, guess who's going to outnumber you? Florida fans. Did you think there was a single chance that you were going to outnumber us in our stadium? No. We're literally going to put more fans in Hard Rock than they will next time.
It's beyond me. It's beyond me. Like, I have no idea what some of these fans are thinking. Look, you can support your team and still be reasonable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Thinking that you're like just this hierarchy and, you're above everybody else. I just don't see it. And Cristobal has shown historically that he screws up in big games and he chokes under pressure as well.
Right. Like this is who's going to choke less on Saturday, because I don't know how Miami fans can argue like, well, we don't make, harebrained mistakes, which was something that was argued on my Twitter. Do you not remember all you had to do was take a knee against Georgia Tech?
And this is at home, must we add. This is at home.
Hey, Q, I resent that Miami Heat games comment. As a Miami Heat fan, you will not do that because they actually know how to win. Unlike the rest of the teams in Miami, well, the Dolphins are starting to win now. So I guess I can throw them in there as a team that wins now. But the Marlins and Hurricanes don't know how to win in Miami. They don't care about them. They care about the Heat and the Dolphins now. They definitely care about Miami Heat.
I want to ask y'all real quick though, kind of transition to the roster again. How do we feel about like special teams kickoff return and punt return? Like, were y'all shocked by who was back there? Or?
I got to look closer at the roster because honestly, it didn't even really register to me here.
Well,
Montrell and Badger, or those are, not a. Listen, Jacoby Jackson has supposedly had an incredibly great summer. So if you're not going to get him on the field as a running back on a regular basis, and at least involving him in special teams is a good thing. Wilson, it is not my favorite to use your very best wide receiver back there just in case. But I mean, he's fast as hell and he's shifty, and every time he touches the ball, I feel like magic kind of happens. So I can see the urge to put him back there for sure.
See, I think he's only back there because Hawkins is hurt right now.
Yeah.
Because I think when Hawkins gets back is when he would go back there. But
yeah,
part of me feels like you might see DK actually back there instead of Wilson because of what you said. Wilson's the best receiver.
Yeah.
And I think even with kick return, I don't even think you're going to see Montrell Johnson back there. I think you're going to see Badger and probably Ball.
Yeah.
I thought Aiden Mazel was going to be back there.
As much as he can. I feel like he was a stud during the spring. I want to see more.
Mazel, I don't know if Mazel has returned. I don't know if he has any experience returning kicks.
Gotcha.
So that could be the reason why they.
I just want to know: are we going to have somebody back there on punt return who plants their feet on the 10 and does not backpedal from there?
What did Trey Wilson do? Was that against Georgia or somebody did something crazy against? No, I think it was Utah when he caught a punt return.
Yes, I think it was against Utah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that punt return 101. Literally plant your heels and don't move. If it goes over your head, it goes over your head. Let it go out of the back of the end zone. You're good. Do not back up. And that was an issue all year last year.
Mm-hmm.
See, Rob, I would agree with this except for one thing. When you hear that he's broken his personal speed record 5 different times, that's kind of telling. Maybe he's better. He's faster and better than we think. And yes, on EA College Football 25, he is very OP on that game.
No, bro is a cheat code. I'm like, oh my
they really have a man as a first-team All-American, whether you're doing road to glories with other teams or dynasties with other teams. Yeah, he won a darn Heisman once. I was like, what is going on? I'm doing a rebuild with Georgia Tech and DK's over here winning Heisman trophies. What is going on?
craziness.
but I would say special teams wise, I'd be interested in putting Ball back there as a kick returner because they saying he's 227, but they say he's got some top end speed.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Who
it's
wants to
hard
tackle
to
him?
get down.
Who
So
wants to tackle him? Jesus.
I'm interested. So I'm interested to see what happens on Saturday with Montrell.
Yes.
At all. Like, is this Napier doesn't strike me as a head fake kind of guy. So when you see him listed as a starter on the depth chart, I tend to believe the depth chart as it is because Napier doesn't seem to like game in that way. But that also is kind of counter to some of the stuff we had heard over the summer. I mean, I can't tell you how many people that go to practice regularly were like, we probably won't see him till Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see if he really does take the field. I think that you're right that we don't see him on special teams, even if he takes the field. Like, why risk that when he's just coming back from that injury? It just seems unnecessary, right? Don't throw him out there on a special teams, maybe yet. You're going to throw him out there later when we know he's 100%. We can talk about that. But I am really interested to see, is this gamesmanship or is he really RB1 on Saturday?
And see, I think even if he is, I don't know if he gets his same number of carries.
His workload might be a little lower.
Kind of running back by committee until.
Yeah, that's what I think they're going to do. They're going to all get carries, but it's going to be more like committee. The number one, keep everybody fresh. Number two, keep him from So it'll be interesting to see that. I hope to see all these guys get carries, including KD Daniels, who they're saying is may possibly be the fourth fastest player on this entire team.
Yeah.
So, what the hell is he not back there returning kicks? If that's the case, I mean, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But I want to see that too. But Al, you're probably a little short on time, so you know what we came here for. We got to get a score prediction out of you.
All right. Well, so I did this on my previous show last night. I think it's going to be 28-21. I think Florida wins. I honestly think the Swamp is rocking and Florida kind of is dominant. I don't think that there's a point in time where it just gets like out of hand, but I think that we're gonna leave the Swamp on Saturday pretty pumped with what we're working with this year. So I'm excited to watch it.
So basically, it's a close game where you never feel like
you never feel like you're out of control. I feel like I do feel like it'll be a decently close game, and I think part of that is that Napier tends to play conservatively when he's in the driver's seat. He's not I will take a pedal to the metal the entire way. That would be my absolute ideal. I just don't feel like that's really the way Napier coaches. I think he's more conservative in that. And so I think that's why a score is, a little bit closer than maybe it feels in the stadium. But I don't know that I think we're ever going to feel like, shoot, we might lose this ball game. I think we're going to feel in control. Who scores the first TD for UF? I think Wilson does. MVP.
Wait, you said who scores first?
I said I think Wilson scores the first touchdown.
Okay.
And I think that's probably an easy guess because I think that he's our most talented, wide receiver and maybe the biggest weapon on the team. But, well, listen, I'll take Montrell getting that. I think after the summer he had, that would be, kind of the cherry on top there if that happens. Whoever said that. An MVP, Graham Mertz.
Yeah.
Mine. That one was mine. Graham Mertz.
Yeah. Yes, Tebow is not playing Saturday. That is true. And 08, listen, we brought up 08 because Miami fans were saying that you hold the record in the Swamp. So fair is fair, right? You're going to bring up stuff that happened longer than 20 years ago. We're going to bring up what happened in 08. I'm good with that. But you want to talk about the now? Florida's roster is slightly more talented, according to 247. So we can talk about the now, too.
Cook.
Hey. Because Jerry and I will probably give our score predictions later, but Allie, I will definitely text you mine.
Yeah, text me. I want to know.
I'm actually going to do that right now because I kind of want to see the look on your face when you see the prediction.
Oh, AB, please.
Text me. Let me see. I'm ready.
Oh my God.
Jerry, you're not gonna hear.
Don't even say it on live. Don't even say it on live, bro. I don't have time for this.
Okay. Listen, if this happens, I will be blowing your phone up on Saturday. That
Oh
would
my
I
God.
won't give it away to your fans, but I hope this is the case.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, I like this one. Defense. I actually like this one. I like this one. I do. If I pick a defensive MVP,
I think it's going to be Slackman.
Dang. Okay, that's a good one.
Maker. And that's just being hopeful here that we have a defensive line that can bring some pressure.
I'm going to go on defense, Jordan Castell.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Castell.
See, we're thinking
an overall improved defense. I think we can, and I'm ready to see it. I'm sick of crappy Florida defenses. If
You got that right, man. I'm so tired of that crap.
More used to crappy offenses than I am crappy defenses. Like,
Yeah,
I need to see the Gator standard on defense again.
That's facts.
Y'all thought I was crazy.
Listen,
But if this happens,
if this happens, we're all going to be celebrating down University Avenue.
if that happens, matter of fact, even if Miami loses, whether it don't matter what the score is. Chris Sullivan, I want you back on this. I want you back in the
Billy
comments.
did exactly what? Billy has lost one more game than Mario Cristobal in a conference that is 5 times as hard. And, I think the question is, what would Miami's record and Cristobal's record be had they played Florida's schedule the last 3 years? Because I guarantee you Cristobal wouldn't have a 1-game lead on Napier.
No.
Just because you play in an easier conference doesn't actually make you a better team.
Now, I'll go a step further. Cristobal probably wouldn't have a job.
No, probably not.
Yeah, bro. He might go like 4-8. I mean, seriously.
But
It's rough.
see, Jared, we were thinking along the same wavelength. Because see, if I pick a defensive MVP, it's gonna be Asa Turner.
Yeah,
Safety?
another good one too.
I mean, I need to see the hair flowing, but the violence with the hitting.
Hey, the violence with the hair all out, bro. That's gonna hit, man. That's gonna hit.
I love it. Well, guys, I got to slide out, but I appreciate you for having me. And you definitely got to text me on Saturday when one of your score predictions comes through.
Oh, for sure.
Before you get out of here, let everybody know where they can follow you and follow your podcast.
On YouTube, A Peek Inside Florida Gators football, and on Twitter, Allie_Peek. I appreciate you guys. This was fun.
Yes, indeed.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Enjoy Saturday.
That was Allie Peek. We absolutely love having her on the show.
That's the GOAT, man. That's the GOAT.
One of our favorite, probably honestly our favorite guests to have on here. Oh man.
Hey, man, I'm not even watching the game, bro. Hold on. Let me turn my.
They are in the dogfight right now. They're down 17-14, and North Dakota State is driving. And it looks like they're running a power with the wing T formation.
West Carolina? What?
Yeah, Western Carolina is beating. They were beating NC State.
Right. What is this, man?
And Chris Sullivan, I know you're a Miami fan. If we beat y'all, you better be back on this podcast in the comments because you've been talking greasy on here.
Bro, see the thing about Colorado, bro, like they never look physical enough to me. You know what I'm saying? Like
they don't. I mean, because this team is just they're getting 4 or 5 yards of carry, and the offensive line they're just pushing Colorado back. I mean, they're the more physical team. They really are.
Oh, good tackle there. Oh no, bro, spin out of it, dog.
But yeah. Also, before we get back to our predictions in this game, we got a commitment on this past Sunday.
Oh yes.
Nashawn Montgomery committed to the good guys over the likes of LSU, Penn State, Miami, Alabama, and a host of others. So, your thoughts on that commitment, Jerry?
Wide receiver room only getting deeper, bro. Only getting deeper. If you ain't ready to play, if you ain't ready to put your foot on the gas come camp, springtime, you're going to have to be in the transfer portal. I mean, what Napier is doing, well, Billy G as well, like getting these top wide receivers is so key because we see it all the time, man. If you can't cover, you're going to lose. Most of these games, man, all these guys are super fast, super quick. So us having the advantage on that side of the ball It's so key. Montgomery, we look at him. He's like a lengthy guy. I think he's from up north, right? Rhode Island. Is that where he's from?
Originally from Rhode Island. He's been playing in South Florida the last few years, though. He was at Cardinal Newman. Now he's at Miami Central.
So that tells you a lot. Him going to Miami Central and being able to perform, that means he's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And the guy has range. He can jump, tremendous hands, and he has that dog in him. So I don't think you can ask for more in a wide receiver, bro.
Yeah, speed to him. What I've read, there are a lot of pundits saying Florida may have the best wide receiver room class in the country. Like in terms of their skill, what they what they bring to the table, speed. Yeah. Like Joshua Moore is a big physical guy, but he could also take the top off the defense. Nayshawn Montgomery, just one of the smoothest wide receivers in this class, and we can't forget about 5-star Vernell Brown III. That kid is just absolutely electric. So.
Bro, our wide receivers like that we just got committed. They look like they're arrogant. They have that. They know they're going to beat you off the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
I'm scared to give my comp for Nayshawn Montgomery.
Nope, don't do it.
I think I'm gonna do it anyway.
I was gonna say Antonio Callaway.
See, I'm not gonna say that one because he's a little bit bigger. He's a little bit taller. He's 6'1".
Yeah. What's Callaway? 5'11"?
5'11".
Yeah.
Now I'm only saying this based on their skill set and what I've seen on film and the way they both play, and the fluidity in the way in which the way they play. Not saying he's gonna be as good as this guy.
Bro, Shador, what are you doing? Not Shador, but what you call it? Shiloh. Shiloh, what are you doing, bro? He's always doing something stupid, dog.
Yeah, he's done it again.
But I really like Shiloh. He's just oh my.
Rob just said it. Rob just said it in the comments. Devontae Smith.
I knew that was coming. Every time you see a wide receiver that's skinny and that can run, you say Devontae Smith.
No, it's not. No, it's not that. It's literally the way he plays. You gotta actually watch his film, watch the way he plays, and then go back and watch the way Devontae Smith played. It's eerily similar. I'm not saying he's gonna be as good as Devontae Smith because Devontae Smith won the darn Heisman.
You're saying he's that archetype?
He's the archetype. I'm not saying he's gonna be that good because I mean, like I said, Devontae Smith won a Heisman. You know how hard it is to win a Heisman Trophy in college football today as a wide receiver?
One of the greatest wide receivers in college football history.
Yeah, you win a Heisman Trophy as a wide receiver, you're immediately one of the greatest receivers to ever play college football.
Yes.
Immediately. Like it's a wrap there. But just because you see if you can pull up his film right now, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I seen it. Most in 7v7.
Well, you watch those on NFL Network too. The Raw Miami, yeah, that's the 7-on-7 team he played for. They got a lot of good guys on that team as well. But see, he can catch anything. And on top of that, he's one of those ones that you can throw him up a 50-50 ball, even at 6'1". He goes up and gets it. Now they did lose to Lakeland this past Friday.
Oh, did they really?
Friday they did lose 16-8 to Lakeland. That tells you a lot about Lakeland, how good they are. Because that team was loaded. But
they're gonna have a stick though, you know.
Right, and I think Jerry's gonna pull up. I almost said Devontae Smith. He's gonna pull up Nayshawn Montgomery's film. It's a big time commitment because I mean I know some services have him ranked a little bit lower, but he should be getting a bump with what he does.
He's a 4. Let's be real. He's a 4.
I agree. He's a 4. He should be a 4-star on all services. I don't know what's going on, but he's gonna pull up his film right here. Hold on. I agree. Yeah, J Money. I agree. He's a dog. He's one of these receivers that he immediately makes your team better as soon as he steps on campus. So is that it right there? Is that his film right there?
Okay, you see it?
I can see it. Yeah, I can see it a little bit.
On the bottom, right?
Is that an ad playing?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
Okay.
So this might be film of him in Rhode Island, which I understand why. Okay, here's some Miami Central film. So
ooh, I guess blocking. Yes, blocking.
Yeah, and that's another thing. He wants to block.
Hey, who is that DB?
And yes,
And
they
got
did.
penalty.
They did call his he did have a 50-yard touchdown catch in that game, and they did call it back. But this is impressive.
So the ceiling is Devontae Smith. The floor is Xavier Henderson.
I can see that, yeah.
Okay.
And he has experience returning punts. So that's another way.
Dang.
Now see, I'm not 6'1", but if I was, I don't think I'd be on.
This is Rhode Island, bro. Rhode Island got some big old boys, man.
Yeah, it's kind of he kind of combined.
This is funny.
Miami fans coming up on his talk. They talking hell of noise. All right, we're gonna see on Saturday.
Hey, look, Sullivan. Look, man. We're very experienced with the trolling. We're very experienced going back and forth with Miami. This is not nothing new, man. We're gonna see what happens on Saturday. I'll be there, live in effect. And whatever happens, happens. But just know you ain't gonna come in and just whoop us. That ain't gonna be what's gonna go on. You're gonna come into a hot environment, a hostile environment, crazy fans, experienced quarterback who doesn't make a lot of mistakes. You're gonna have a fired up team that's wanting to make a bowl game this year. So got a tough task. It ain't gonna be easy. I can tell you that much.
Just watching this kid's film right now. It's impressive to see the different ways that they get in the ball, but you can already tell he's a great route runner.
Let's see how he does here. Interested.
This swing pattern.
Oh, dang.
You know what I like about this?
He's a second gear guy.
Well, see, that's not him. There's film of him blocking too. So he's showing the coaches, hey, I'm more than just a receiver that can catch passes. Hey, I can block out here too. We've had dumbass people running Miami for the last 20 years. That's still the case, man. That's still the case.
Look, this is my thing about Cristobal. I think Cristobal has a lot of potential, even at his big boy age, a lot of potential to do better than what previous staffs have done in Miami, especially in recruiting. But like some of the decisions that he makes for the name that he has, those are mistakes that I would expect from a guy like Napier, who's just finding his way in the ranks as far as being a big time coach in a big time program. You know, like there are too many things that Cristobal does in game where you just kind of say, like, why would you do that? Why?
Here's the thing I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say right here. See, it's time to stop giving credit to both him and Willie Taggart for what they did at Oregon. You know why? That school, plus the NIL, even without Peyton Manning, can recruit itself.
Honestly, man, the uniforms itself, Nike sponsorship, like
that Nike spot
headquarters.
Now they're in the Big Ten.
I forgot about that, bro. Yeah.
Now you're in a bigger conference. That school can recruit itself. Willie Taggart, the 1 year he was the head coach, didn't they go 7-5 that year?
I think so.
So what did he really do?
My thing is, okay, so say if you're a Miami fan, you lose this game and you don't make the playoff this year because you end up with like 2 or 3 losses in the conference. Where do you go from there? Like, are you happy with keeping him? Like, what's the deal? Because he's recruited the talent. He's recruited a lot of talent. But obviously there would still be something there that's missing.
Oh, thank you for the correction, Jay Money. He's right. They did go 6-6. And then the best year that Cristobal had there was the year they got blown out by Utah twice.
Yo, this running back is violent though. Oh boy. Oof.
Yeah, but looking at his film, do you Do you now see why I made that comparison?
Yeah, I see why a little bit. I see a lot more of Xavier Henderson though. Look, I don't think Xavier Henderson was a horrible player.
He wasn't that great either.
I just think it was a bad time. It was a bad time. He wasn't that great, but I mean, he wasn't. I think the floor is Xavier Henderson. I would give Xavier. I would give Nahshon that comparison as of now because I don't want to give him that Devontae. I don't want to be unfair to that kid like that.
See, Rob, I don't even think they win 10 games this season. The reason why? There's going to be a game or two where Mario Cristobal literally fumbles the game away. It's going to happen.
I don't get it.
You see, my thing is looking at this game, I feel like if we can get the run game going, or like just go out there, offense line punches them in the mouth, and we're able to run the ball early and establish that, right?
Yep.
It's going to take the pressure off Grant. Well, there ain't going to be no pressure on Grant Mertz anyway, but
not more than last year. I mean, there cannot be any more pressure on him this year in this game than it was last year against Utah. Nothing like that.
Who was that receiver? That
Last year.
Oh, hold on. Oh man, I remember that happening because he did get cooked. I forgot which. Rob, you have to look that up for us because I think I know who you're talking about. I just can't remember his name. I do remember that happening. He got cooked the entire game. And the only reason why they won, I think Charles Lester's team ended up winning. And I think the only reason why they won is because the other team just flat out couldn't play defense. Rob S., don't be surprised if they go 8-4. Yeah, I agree. See, that's what I think their record's going to be. But being able to run the ball early with these guys, Montreal Johnson, I think he'll start, but I don't think he's going to get like 20, 25 carries. He's not going to get that. He may get 10.
About 10, yeah. 10.
Yeah, he may get 10 if that. It's going to be more of a running back by committee. And I think if all of these guys have success out there, that's going to open everything up. The secondary, I'm going to just be honest. Florida should be able to attack Miami's secondary. They should be able to attack the secondary.
This is my thing, man. I believe Trayon Webb and Ball, those guys can wear your team down. I mean, those are two just loads. So if our offensive line can block remotely well in the running game, this is going to be a game where this is Billy Napier's style game, if he can do that. Literally his style. Run the football, pound it down the field, take advantage of your shots whenever you have them, get it to your speedsters, you'll win the game. You know what I'm saying? But make sure your defense is in line. And this year, don't forget, we have Armstrong, but we also have a guy also coaching alongside Armstrong. What's his name again?
Ron Roberts. And by the way,
yes,
y'all want to embrace the news on here? Ron Roberts is in the booth, right?
Okay.
Guess who's calling the plays on defense?
It's not him. Ain't no way.
It's Ron Roberts. Oh, by the way, Russ Callaway's in the booth too for offense.
Oh, shoot. That might change a lot, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
You got two sets of eyes on both sides for each side of the ball now. So even if Russ Callaway doesn't full-on call plays for the offense, he will have the ability to call more plays and maybe have some more leeway to call most of the plays. Even if he doesn't, he relays play down to Billy. He can see from up top. Same with Ron Roberts on defense. You can see from up top a different look and say, hey, we may need to change to this because this is what they're in. Having those two sets of eyes up there in the booth, I think, is going to be a huge difference maker.
My thing is, how much will Billy listen? How much would he?
Miami has a freshman DB. They have a freshman DB started, a true freshman, I think. And he's what I'm explaining. He said that's why he thinks it's going to be 35-17.
Yeah, we got experienced wide receivers.
Yeah, and having that second set of eyes up there for each side, like I said, that's going to be a huge difference. Now you can literally say, hey, okay, so now I can audible out of this and we can run this. If this is what they're in, we can do this. Like that's going to help immensely.
So is Russ going to be on the mic?
Yeah, I believe so.
Or are they both in the mic with?
I think they're going to be on the mic.
Okay. That's what I'm curious about. Like, how does that work? What is Graham Mertz going to be hearing? What is Napier going to be hearing? Like, all that communication.
Rob, I think this is you being a little sarcastic, because I think we all know Warren Sapp's never coached at the college level. So I think we know this is you being sarcastic. I can
It's not like Warren about to suit up, Rob, you know?
You better not have Warren suit up on.
Hey, them knees going to be shot.
Exactly.
Oh, my gosh.
But yeah, like look, that being the case though, I actually love it. Once I heard that was going to be the case, I was like, yeah, they know what kind of year this needs to be. They know what they need to do to be more successful this shit. Yes, this is a murderer's row of a schedule, but they feel like, hey, they can get some wins there that people may not be expecting them to get.
Oh, they're going to have to.
And doing things this could help. Like, it could literally be the difference in a game. Like, it could be a close game against a team you're not expecting to beat, and it's like, oh wait, they're lined up in this. We can win the game right here with this. See what I mean? Like, that could be literally be the case.
And now you have multiple wide receivers that you can air it out to deep. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
Badger, DK, Trey Wilson.
Who's going to outside too, not just in the slot.
Yeah.
Too.
He's going to be everywhere. And that gives – and let's not forget, because I think a lot of times we forget, Arliss Boardingham has as much potential as we've seen at tight end for us in a while. He's not going to be Kyle Pitts, but the guy is a former track star. He's very nimble. He can run, strong. He can block as well. I think we have Hayden Hansen.
Pull that depth chart back up real quick and go specifically to the wide receivers.
Matter of fact, Amir's, I think he's second string, isn't he?
He's number 2 behind Arliss.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, he's not like, well, physically he's big enough, but he's not like, he hasn't filled into his frame all the way just yet. But
Tom will come.
But if they say he's a dog out there. He's a dog out there. He's been hard to guard. But go specifically to the wide receivers and the tight ends, especially to the wide receivers, though, real quick.
Hold on.
It's a name that I don't think you talked about that near and dear to your heart, even though because you darn near became family.
Bro, you need to chill out.
Congrats.
You need to chill out.
Congrats to her, by the way. I saw that, but
crazy.
And I saw your comments. Yeah, I saw you comment. So yeah, but look under name under Trey Wilson.
Yeah,
and he was talked about.
Supposedly the biggest leap.
Yeah, he talked about him having making the biggest leap of all the wide receivers in the room. So that's a test of his work, but what they think of him, and on top of that, look at the weight. 6'1.5".
Because he came in what, 168?
Yeah, like 168. Y'all talking about 90,000 fans in the stands. Can't not one of them fans get in the game. And I don't expect it to be easy, but I expect us to win. And guess what? We hungry too. We'll see. Look, man. See, we bring up 90,000 fans in the stands because, unlike y'all, we can actually put 90,000 fans in the stands. Oh, and also, how can I put this? Not get outnumbered by opponents' fans like y'all do.
Look, man, I ain't got nothing else to say. Nothing else to say. You'll see when you see. There's a reason. What's up, man? There's a reason why teams come into the swamp and they get shook, stifled.
You know what's crazy about this? There is a distinct difference between power pass rushers and speed pass rushers.
Yeah, we have issues typically under Napier with speed.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Because even if a lineman were to get pushed back, because it's not a speed rusher, Mertz or even possibly Lagway can get out of there.
Boy, Lagway.
Rob, you just hit the nail on the head right here. You hit the nail on the head right here. Get their linebackers in coverage, and you will create a lot of favorable matchups. You really will.
So I got a question, AV. So how realistic is it for us to think that Graham won't throw a pick in his first 3 games?
How much? Wait, hold on. How much? What?
How realistic is it for us to think that Graham won't throw a pick in his first 3 games?
I mean,
He threw one last year, but like most of his interceptions were off of tips. I'm
All
talking about straight up.
raw tip passes.
Yeah, I'm talking about a straight up right to the guy interception because we didn't see it last year. That's not a side that we've seen from Graham Mertz.
I will say this: it increases a tad bit because I do expect them to be able to push the ball down the field a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that Graham Mertz is great at, was really great at last year, was actually reading the defense. He was a lot better than last year than he was his first couple of years at Wisconsin when he came to defenses. So because of that, I think the staff, they're going to put him in a position where he's going to be able to go through his progressions. If it's not there, the check down's there. And I wouldn't be surprised if he uses his legs a little bit more to kind of get some yardage.
I don't think he will, just because of what happened to him last year.
That's when they tell him to get down. Because
Yeah,
now you seen last year, you couldn't really afford to do that because you didn't have a DJ Lagway back there.
yeah.
Now you don't want to throw him out there as a freshman, but you have a DJ Lagway back there. So now you don't necessarily have to use Graham to run like that. You can use DJ to do that.
Dude, what is Colorado doing, bro?
Hey, Rob, you the same one that said earlier I was quote unquote always wrong. and y'all used to it.
AB did say that, Rob. I thought he was gonna throw, I think I had him at 11, just based off of his prior passing deficiencies.
Right. And see, he only threw 3.
He only threw 3.
Change and what did I say was the reason? Change of scenery, better offense.
What can I say, man? I mean, you hit it on the head.
Just have literally admitted they ruined them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He said Jay Money actually did. He actually say 3. He actually last year. Jay Money did say that last year.
I'll have to go back and see the comments.
I think he actually did say 3 interceptions. He did.
That's impressive. I can't lie.
And Jay Money, I'm glad you got to troll the Florida State fans at your job because I know good and darn well. Did all of them show up, or did a few of them call out because they were sick?
Hey man, the coach that I coach with, he posted on his Facebook a picture of him beating. I think he beat Georgia Tech 126-44 or 45 on 45
points.
Look, bro, you know, defense is buns on that game.
It is.
Like it's you can have somebody like literally 3rd and 18 and they'll freaking throw it over your head if you don't have a good defensive back.
Unless you like me, you play and you doing a cornerback road to glory, and they just don't want to throw you away, even though you lead the team in interceptions before.
Dog, no, I think it cornerback and road to glory. I can't lie.
All right, and when we whoop y'all, come on back up on here.
Hey man, look, so man, I'm not gonna even talk trash. As a Gator fan, I've been through a lot of crap. I'm not gonna talk trash to you. I just want us to get this win. I think we are gonna get the win, and I'm gonna move on because look, man.
Jay Money is funny, man.
Miami, I don't know. I'm more moved by like Georgia, LSU.
You know, good and hell well.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
You know, good and hell well with Georgia.
Hey, bro, chill out. I'm just saying.
And speaking of which, that's gonna be another good game. That's gonna start the day off. I cannot wait to watch that game. I was watching Tony and Cam's podcast, and I pretty much asked Tony, "What is going to be your reaction?" No, he was streaming. He was streaming yesterday, or a couple days ago. I asked him, "What will be your reaction if Clemson goes into Atlanta and beats Georgia?" He said, "How will his expectations of Clemson change?" But he is gonna get on the show, on all the podcasts, ignorant. He gonna be talking he gonna be talking crazy to Georgia fans. And I was like, bro, do all of that.
They deserve. Oh my gosh, bro!
And I'm tuning into that show. I'm telling you right now, I think they'll keep that game close.
Hey, I'm excited to see it. Georgia's. I think the main thing for Georgia this year is losing an all-time great tight end. That's hard to recover from. I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? Like Bowers was different. He was different. I mean, I'm into this game right now, Rob. Looking at Colorado and North Dakota State. I can't lie. This is crazy. They got those boys all the way back at looks like the 8-yard line, doing a 45-second drill.
Yeah, now it's 3rd and 4 with 42 seconds up. They're down 20-14.
Dude,
I mean, it just has not showed up all night. But Jerry, you know it's about that time because we know Marcus ain't gonna be able to make us. Shout out to Marcus, he's doing Wrestle Purists right now. And by the way, I did tune in and watch AEW last night.
I was lit.
Ricochet made his debut. Former WWE superstar Ricochet made his AEW debut.
Wow.
Glad to see it. The rumor was that he was gonna possibly beat us. So I tuned in to see if he pop out. He did.
Oh, nice.
So shout out to him. Shout out to his fiance that's still in WWE, Samantha Irvin, ring announcer. And by the way, I know that woman got like 1,000 bags of tea at her house with all the yelling she got to do.
I'm gonna need some on Sunday morning.
And by the way, she is a hell of a singer.
Really?
I gotta sing you a video. She was on some show where she was singing. I think it was America's Got Talent. It was like right before she started doing WWE stuff. She is a hell of a singer. They've had her sing the national anthem at some of the WWE events.
Oh dang! I didn't realize that.
They've had, I think, not this past year, I think last year for WrestleMania, they had her sing the national anthem.
And she got vocals.
Oh yeah, yes, she do. Shedeur Sanders is running for his life right now, people.
Man, I am this game.
That man running for his life, man. Come on.
Hey, bro.
Colorado with the extra small. Oh my, dang.
I ain't gonna lie, man. The line of scrimmage for Colorado is just not moving me. It's not moving me. It's not doing it for me.
And I'm gonna kind of flip back and see what North Carolina and Minnesota doing because I think that game's not kicked off. It's still 0-0.
I would live stream the game, but we're gonna get kicked off if we do that.
Yeah, you ain't gonna do that to us again.
No, sir.
If y'all follow us on Indisputable Evidence, he did this. I don't know if it was last year or the year before last.
Yeah.
Live game on TNT on Indisputable Evidence. He tried to stream on here, and they booted us off of Twitter. I mean, off of YouTube.
That dude, Shedeur.
She did. It was this year. She performed at WrestleMania. She did. Jordan Seaton getting what?
Yo, Rob. Yeah, man. Yes.
I know he's expression, but dang, bro, this is North Dakota State, brother.
Development is everything. Development is literally everything, bro.
I'm kind of tuned into the Minnesota North Carolina game to see if former Pine Forest wide receiver, Pensacola, Florida's Pine Forest, Daniel Hayes gets in the game for them. He's a wide receiver from Minnesota. Kind of interested to see if he gets in the game, and if he does, see what he does. So, I got to support my local people. Same with Jacoby Jackson, former Catholic star. And by the way, speaking of that school, Florida very well could offer their quarterback. He's an Old Dominion commit, Ryan Huff. Florida very well could offer him.
Really? Was he a dual threat or a pocket passer?
He can run, but he's more of a pocket passer. But, I mean, he's a 3-star quarterback, but, I mean, you're not going to get a top 20, 25 quarterback to follow DJ Lightway. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. You're going to have to get somebody that's willing to be a backup, essentially. Yeah,
so, I mean, they very well could offer him. And also, speaking of which, they got a 4-star defensive end that's visiting this weekend. What's his name? Dang. His last name's Henderson. I'm blanking on his first name, but I think they call him Trey. His last name's Henderson, though. The Travion Henderson, I think, is not Travion Henderson.
No, not Travion.
Not him, but His last name's Henderson. He's going to be visiting this week. He's a 2026 four-star defensive end, one of the top players in the country.
Yo, what? Shador is wow, bro. That's yeah.
They could do that, but I mean, they probably will because they're going to lose Graham Mertz, so they're probably going to do both. Oh,
wow, man, yeah, bro. It's definitely tough, Jim. I appreciate it, bro. It's definitely tough, but you learn how to deal with it. You learn how to live, and ultimately, you just keep pushing forward. Take it one day at a time. Get 1% better every day, and realize they're in a better space. And to be absent from the body is be present with God. So that's how you look at it, man. You just keep going.
yes. Reason why? Loyalty means a lot to that kid. Florida was the first school to scout him, offer him, and really say, "Hey, we want this guy." And they got him to commit. And a lot of people laughed at Napier for that take. Y'all laughing now that Georgia, Texas, Auburn, Kentucky, Alabama, and schools like that are offering him? Y'all laughing now?
Size and development.
And they were on national TV against Thompson. They actually won that game in overtime last week, 15-14. They scored to make it 14-13 in overtime. They decided to go for 2 and they won. He played limited snaps, but the snaps he did play, he drew multiple double teams. There was one play where he bullied the center right into the running back right when he got the ball and made the tackle for loss. So that was his first ever football game too. So just imagine what he's going to be when he fully develops.
Oh,
You got to think about that. But so 2 seconds left. They're kicking the field goal right now. So let's see if they make this field goal.
Special teams is everything in college football. Let's see.
He got blocked for a minute, but look, he got it. So North Dakota State leads Colorado 20-17 at halftime. We've been kind of tracking this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's been a competitive game so far, but
I like it.
So, I got
has not won since October 7th. Oh my, last year
when they beat Arizona State.
Yep.
So Colorado, y'all want to take the next step? Get it together.
Get it together. You got to come out the second half, and they get the ball to start the second half.
Right, you get the ball to start the second half. It's a drive where you got to score a touchdown. You got to score a touchdown.
Yep.
You got to get some kind of score going. The defense has got to step it up because they have been getting pushed around and bullied all game long so far.
That's bad, man. I can't lie.
Now Shador's played well, 12 15, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's played well.
No, he's doing phenomenal. He's hanging in there. I mean, I think so too. He's hanging in there. He's throwing the ball on time. He's not really late with his reads. It's just giving him the proper amount of time to make the read in the first place instead of having him run around and scramble and improvise. So.
Dog.
Yeah.
NC State is driving, but this game is still 14-14 in the third quarter.
Dog, that is so funny.
Against Western Carolina.
That is so funny, bro. I love the first week of college football. I really do.
And the thing is, I told Tony, because he said he feels like NC State should be the favorites to win the AC. I told him, bro, it's Clemson. Let's stop beating around the bush. I know y'all Clemson fans. I know y'all kind of still a little bit scarred for what y'all saw from Cade Klubnik last year, and y'all hope he does better this year. That defense is the reason why y'all should be the favorites in the ACC. I was
about to say, I think Clemson's physicality is going to win the ACC this year. Possibly. We'll see. I'll see what Miami does against us. I'll hold my thoughts, but I think Clemson.
Speaking of which, it's time.
Let's do it, man.
Predict. You get to find out what my score was that I told Allie. So Jerry.
So I got us winning that game 33-24.
I like it.
33-24.
I agree, Jay Money. I would. Ooh, that's bold. Louisville is interesting though, because I feel like Louisville's like the one team in the ACC where if you talk about them, they don't play up to.
They disappoint, but if you don't talk about them,
They disappoint you if you talk about them. Nobody's talking about them.
mm-hmm.
That's when they play. That's when they play their best. When nobody's talking about it, that's when all of a sudden you see them as one of them favorites. Like when Lamar Jackson was first the starting quarterback there.
We got
You want
to bring up the PTSD?
Yeah, I kind of had to, but because nobody was talking about him.
I'm talking about 2012. That was terrible. That was a terrible game, bro. Terrible day.
Yeah, if Dan Quinn didn't leave right before that game, if he didn't leave right before that game, we would have won. There's no way the defense would have looked like that.
They looked horrible.
Shout out Teddy Bridgewater, coaching at Miami Northwest as alma mater. I believe they won their first game. So shout out to him. Glad to see him coaching there. Looks like he's having fun doing it. It's his alma mater. Like, I love that for him. I love that for him.
Great standout guy, man. I mean,
them kids, they want you see them, they want to play for him.
Yeah.
They want to play for him. And that means a lot. That means a lot.
If the kids buy in, they buy into a culture, they buy into a mindset. So, Teddy, do your thing, man.
Yeah, we need Jerry, you know.
Look, man, there's no telling what's gonna happen. It's all vibes. It's all vibes.
It really looked like
NC State threw a pick six. Holy.
Yeah, and by the way, you already
almost.
So no, it's not a pick six, but look.
Darn near. Who's his quarterback? Oh yeah, I'm so glad we don't play Western Carolina. He's like an annoying team, bro. Can't lie.
So you said 33-14.
33-24.
24. 33-24. All right, y'all. The score that I texted Allie.
Hold on, can I guess your score, bro?
Yeah, you can take a guess.
38-17.
Nah, not that big of a gap.
38-24.
You're getting closer.
34-27.
No, not there.
I quit. I give up, bro.
My prediction: Florida wins this game 35-21.
See, I just can't predict. I just have to go with a field goal. I think somebody makes a field goal, right?
See, I would have said that, but I think this might be a game where Miami misses a field goal.
Oh, okay.
So I think they miss a field goal because I was going to originally go 35-24, but I was like, nah. I got a funny feeling that they may miss a field goal.
So do you feel like it's going to be one of those 35-21 games where it's like we're up like 28-14 and then they score and then we score? Or is it like, oh, we are pretty much up and then Miami starts coming back?
The former. Like
okay.
We may be up 28-14, they score, and then all of a sudden we just put the game away.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I think it'll be one of those games. I feel like I'm gonna just be honest. I don't really look at 247 saying that they have the better roster. I don't look at that, but if you really look at the blue chip ratio, you look at this roster. I do feel like Florida does have the better roster. And I shout out to my Stadium Miguel guys, Corey, Dan, and Nick. Shout out Nick too, by the way. Just had a baby girl. Shout out to him.
Oh, salute to Nick.
Though you've been tired, he's on dad duty. He's probably got a blowout diaper right now as we speak. I told him he'd be the first one to get one. So I need to ask him. I need to update him. Need an update on that. Did he get the first blowout? Because I think he did. I did.
Dad Nick, man. Dad Nick in the building.
Yeah, and Dad Nick was more positive on Stadium Miguel this week. The baby girl done changed him.
Hey, look, man, that's what happens. Soften your heart, change your mindset, make you a little bit more lighthearted.
I'm gonna be honest. I think having a girl does that to you. Though. I think that does that to you.
It does. I haven't had one, but you can see all the guys that had them.
I already said if I have a boy and I have a girl, yeah, I'm be happy, equally as happy for both. But I feel like having that girl is gonna hit a little bit different.
Yeah,
because that protective mode is really gonna come out.
Yeah, I would say so.
I feel like I'm listening to Sadie Miguel, and they said something on there that was actually very interesting.
What did they say?
So what it was when they were discussing this game was not only do they feel like, well, Dick said the swamp itself alone is worth 7 points. That I agree with.
I didn't think of that, but
that I agree with, because you got to take into account the crowd noise. That could rattle a 10. That could rattle a quarterback. Can't really hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
Receiver can't hear anything. Runs the wrong route. The quarterback just threw a pick.
Yep. Quick.
Something like that. But also, I'm looking at this team honestly. You can honestly tell with the way they're talking. Like, they're not talking about Mike. They're not talking crap or anything. They're not saying anything like that. But you can just feel like, even with the coaches, what they're saying in interviews, that chip is there.
Yeah.
That chip is there.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see the hype video they put out? It was like,
I gotta watch it.
It was like, we hear the noise, we hear the doubt. Once I saw it, I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, I just have a different feeling about this team. Like this, I've not felt this way about this team from the first 2 years.
Yeah, I think for me, man,
this is a different
Graham Mertz. I think the way the season ended last year, the kid's tough as nails. You know what I'm saying? He plays with passion. He's a smart kid, and he takes everything in stride. So I believe that the team will take on his identity along with Napier. I think Napier is probably the most comfortable he's been with the quarterback since he's been at Florida. Easy. I mean, you got to think about it. He had Anthony Richardson, who was highly rated as far as the draft, and, he had to figure out ways to protect him and help his stock remain high. Bring in Graham Mertz. Graham Mertz is new to the system. They don't really have the camaraderie yet. But now he's finally with the second-year quarterback that he can mold even more, build that relationship even further, and have faith in to go out there and execute the game plan to what he wants to do and how he wants to look. So I think the team will ultimately follow the comfortability of Napier this year. You can tell there's like a different level of comfort that he has whenever he's in the press conferences, whenever he's talking about the team in general.
Right, and so I'm looking at it. I agree with J Money right here. I think they're gonna try. They want to try and make a statement.
They better not try. They better do it.
I think they want to make a statement and say, "Hey, this is not the same Florida team from the first 2 years. This is a different team. We know the schedule is hard, but you heard Graham Mertz. They love that. They embrace that. Like, they're not running from it. They're not going to shy away from it. You shouldn't. I mean, the schedule, it is what it is. You just got to go out there and say, hey, we have talent too. We're capable of winning. We're capable of beating anybody if we play the right way. You just got to have that mentality of, hey, you don't go into a game expecting to lose, even against Georgia or on the road against Texas. Don't go into that game expecting to lose. Go in that game expecting to win.
Anything can happen.
Because you never know. You just might.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Look, Rob, we all know nobody expected Amari Burton to make a diving interception at the goal line. But darn it, he did, and we got the win.
I was there, and when I tell you I was going crazy, bro. And then I caught COVID.
And that was the beginning of the end.
That was the beginning of the end for my health. That's football season and just for the season in general.
Right. And so, and also, bro, you got to go to the Texas A&M game.
Look, man, my girlfriend's gonna be in Columbia, and
so you ain't got nothing else to do.
We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. I definitely want to go to the next game as well, Sanford. Those tickets are cheap.
No, you stay away from Sanford.
I'm going to the Sanford game.
No, because you went there and we gave up 51 points. We're not doing that. My expectations are low. I just want to look confident, especially on defense. You will see a significantly improved defense, Rob. I will say that now. Maybe you play, so you know how it is as a player when you're under. Yeah, Yeah, because you will hear stuff like that all week long. You will hear stuff like that, and it's like you try not to pay attention to it, but you low key gonna pay a little bit of attention, especially if it's a rivalry game. Oh yeah, you ain't gonna say nothing publicly. You just gonna go out there and play, win the game, and then afterwards, that's when you say, "Yeah, we heard this all week." You don't think this is fueling us? We knew about this. That's just how it is. And Jerry's played too. So and right now Western Carolina just took the lead on Instant State.
Bro, stop playing. What?
I'm not playing. They just took the lead again. But yeah, Jerry, you play too, so you know what that feels like too.
What's that? I was gonna call
where you're the underdog in a game and you hear all the noise where like nobody's expecting you to win the game, but all of a sudden
I put it this way, man. When you trust in your brothers and you say, you know what? What's the worst that could happen? Go out there and just be free and let loose. Things can happen whenever you just free your mind and you go out there and trust the work you put in. You trust the work you put in. That's in anything in life, man. Everything's mental, how you believe your faith. Like, if you go out there believing that you can do it and you are on one accord with your brothers, you're going to go out there and do it. It's just, how do you respond to adversity when it comes? It's going to come. You just got to be ready for it. And the team that usually does that, man, is a team that prevails.
Right.
That's it.
And for me, like the camaraderie I'm seeing with this team, it's a different level.
Yep. No agendas this year. Let's think about it. We don't really have a guy that's like outside of Jason Marshall, but he's in a position he has to play great. He has no choice but to play great this year, right?
But on top of it, go ahead.
I say everybody else, we're just playing to win games. We're not playing to get drafted like super high. It's just playing to win. You know, Montreal, he should get drafted. Shamar, he may leave. I think maybe he should stay, but I don't know. We'll see how the season plays out.
If he has a great season, he gone.
Yeah, I mean, if he does, but ultimately we don't have egos, is what I'm saying.
Well, because if he goes to combine, he's gonna test very well.
Yeah, he will.
But see, I'm gonna add to that though. I'm gonna add to that because Jason Marshall, he said the biggest thing that he had to gain back, that he knows he gained back now, was his confidence.
That's it, man.
I heard that, I was like, oh yeah, I think we might be getting freshman Jason Marshall back. We might be getting freshman Jason Marshall back. If we get that,
because Jakeem Jackson is him, so he's gonna have to.
And see, that's the other thing. Devin Moore on the other side, if he stays healthy, they already said if he's healthy, he's the best corner on the team.
Yeah, we know that his potential is sky high. Mental.
Coach used to put the other team best player pick in the locker room to make us mad, so we can be ready for that pick. That's a great strategy.
I'll tell you this about this game. We'll be able to know within the first 3 or 4 minutes, as far as physicality in the trenches, who's going to win that game. You can usually tell.
I agree.
But by the time both teams have the ball, you'll be able to tell who's going to win that game.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Before we wrap this up, you got any final thoughts? Even though we missed Marcus on his shot, do you, Marcus?
Marcus, we missed your brother. But final thoughts, man. Everybody, let's lock into the season and let's enjoy it, man. Let's try to have fun. Enjoy the ride, the wins and the losses. Hopefully no losses, but losses typically come. And let's have a realistic POV this year. All right, let's have a realistic POV and let's not sell a lot of wolf tickets, which means go out on a limb and say something that's crazy. All right, let's just take it game by game, and we'll see where the chips fall, where dominoes fall.
Why would you take that out?
Well,
but my final thought is, Trey, what's going on, man?
Trey, our guy.
You're 100.
That's all we can do.
That's exact. That's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
That's all we can do. So we appreciate that, Rob. We appreciate that. We appreciate all the support y'all give us. We want to take this show to new heights. We really do. And this is our 4th season doing this show.
Oh man, season 4.
Like, we gotta we at some point the winners got to start.
Look, man.
He's doing the Wrestle Purist podcast, so we didn't even know they were doing the show tonight. So shout out to him for that. Y'all should tune in. They are doing numbers on that show
For sure. Y'all follow and support our boy Marcus. Yeah, let's go to business, man. And hopefully this year, man, we're not coming out here to complain, moan, and groan. We're coming out here to celebrate and talk about good things. Because honestly, this podcast during football season has literally just been a therapy session every week for the last 4 years. It's been absolutely diabolical, nasty work. So hopefully it changes.
We got to do a membership. We do need to get some sponsorships on here. We would love
Raising Cane's.
See, the nearest one to me is 45 minutes away in Mobile. I don't know if I can make it.
I feel you, bro.
I don't know if I can make that trip there, but hey, we love to have their support though. Hey, you can send us some fresh hot chicken that's gonna stay fresh and hot.
Yeah,
I want that chicken on this show.
A little bit of seasoning though, a little bit more seasoning, bro.
I heard about that.
Hey,
I heard about that.
I'm not gonna comment because they're not gonna ever give us a shot in the comments. So,
but yeah, my final thoughts is, man, the talking is over. It's time to play. It's time to play, and I'm not gonna talk trash. I want to. All I'm gonna say is this to Miami fans. I'm gonna just say this. You better stop disrespecting my venue. Because as somebody that's seen many a game in that venue, many games in that venue, big games, they rarely ever lose. And when they're rolling, that environment is different. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced. It had to be done. Stop disrespecting my venue.
Put some respect on it. You're going to see.
Soon
come.
Y'all going to find out. And Rob, low key, yes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Had them when I went to the Florida State game in Tallahassee.
Oh, shoot.
First time I had him again when my cousin had graduated from high school in Tallahassee. Went to Guthrie's. Both times I can say this. Food was fresh out.
Hey,
I'm telling you right now. We get on this podcast next week. We talking crazy.
Oh,
Miami
I'm
fans,
going to talk.
Come on here because we're going to talk crazy to y'all too.
I'm going to talk. I'm
telling you right now. Y'all, man,
I'm definitely going to talk if we win that game.
I'm going to pull a Dr. Dre. Y'all going to mess around and make me go back to being the old me.
My tweets might speak louder than my words on here.
I won't be able to make it this weekend. I wish I could, but I will be there Texas A&M weekend. I will be there that weekend. Jerry said he's gonna be there, but we're gonna see if he actually shows up.
I said, look, anything can happen. We'll see.
If nothing happens and everything, and he's got nothing to do, you know.
Oh my gosh!
Did you saw the price of them tickets, man?
Yeah, it's not bad, but
jump on them now if you plan on going.
I might just stay home, bro, and kick back, relax. Depends on how busy the week is at work, how many patients I see. You know, things of that sort.
Now you know you gotta take it easy that week.
God, bro, never freaking easy, dog. I'm tired right now as we speak.
Oh, good. In Georgia now. Oh, okay.
What? I have to see where in Georgia they are, because
yeah,
it might be on West.
Somebody on this podcast found out what Whataburger was in Georgia too.
No, I went to Atlantic, Jacksonville.
Went to Jacksonville and got the Whataburger. And how was your experience?
Bro, it was good. I can't lie. I got sleepy, but it was good.
It would do your first time. It would do that to you.
I was like, what did I just eat?
But I very well might go to that game. I mean, it's in Tallahassee. That's a 3-hour drive for me. And I did go the last time they played there. And I've gone twice to Tallahassee to watch that game. I mean, it's not that it's one of those that's a trip where I can just go to the game and then go right back.
That stadium is buns though. I'm sorry.
I can't
but it's buns, man. It's like a big high school stadium.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They used to host state championship games there too, but
I just don't like Doak. I don't like Doak, and I'm not trying to be a hater. I swear I'm not, but I just don't like the stadium.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I wish I could go to this game. I wish I could. It's in Austin. I wish I could go to that game.
Yo, Shedeur, like
that was a hell of a throw. I mean,
right.
Push off. He did push off, but
he did push off. It was clear as day.
He definitely got away with a push off. I will say that now.
But you know what? Maybe because the DB was hand fighting him a little bit already.
You can hand fight, but that was a blatant push. Arm extended and everything. But with that, this has been another great episode of the Swamp Inside Florida Athletics. We can't do the full thing because Marcus ain't on here, but I will say it for him. Look, we're gonna leave y'all as we always do. God bless y'all. Go Gators. Y'all stay safe. Take care of your loved ones. Tell them you love them every day.
Yes.
Loved ones. I will also say that includes pets too.
The pets as well.
Because I will openly admit to y'all right now, I still have not gotten over the loss of my dog.
Bro,
I still have my days thinking about him. I walk past the picture literally every single day.
It's pain. Anytime you lose something that you have an emotional attachment to, bro, it's just hard no matter what it is. So,
right. So you just make sure you tell your loved ones, all of them, that you love them. Take care of them. Take care of your mentals, temple work. Do what me and Jerry been doing. Hit that gym.
Use beard oil.
Yes, use beard oil. I did not bring mine out here tonight. I will use
it
tonight. I will use it tonight. Matter of fact, I'm using it as soon as we get off this podcast.
I'm going to prepare for nighttime.
We getting there, Rob, and I'm gonna put it up too. Wash your face, wash your hands, and honor Marcus. I'm gonna do this. And after I say that, Shedeur Sanders just threw a pick. Okay?
No, what? I'm behind, bro.
But I will say this.
What a fluke.
Marcus, this is for you, brother. I gotta channel my inner Marcus. With soap, and with hot water, and a washcloth or loofah, whatever you use. Wash every crevice, every single angle. Matter of fact, screw it. Wash your nasty ass.
Oh, he said it. He said it. He spoke facts, though.
And wear shoes and socks, preferably open-toed shoes, to all movie theaters and public places. Word to my brother Marcus. Word to our brother Marcus.
Word to our brother, King Marcus.
Had to do this in honor of him.
Yes.
He's not on this show tonight. He will be back next week if he stops ghosting us.
Hey, man, it was on Marcus with the Mafia right now. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we got to threaten to fire him and he'll come back.
We're going to see. We're going to see. I think he's just being silent because the Jaguars about to start playing soon. You know,
He kind of does.
know.
He kind of
Yeah.
does. Like,
Yeah,
it was
for sure.
last year when they started playing, but watch nasty ass, man. Come on now. What we doing out here?
Wash your butt and go sit down on your couch and watch football.
Yeah, watch all the football all weekend. Pretty much. I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. I'm finna pull a Ha Davis, and I'm gonna send you that video from when EA College Football 25 come out because that's gonna be me this weekend. Don't call me. I'm watching college football.
That's essentially it.
Football.
12-12, 12-2.
I can have a cousin that's being held for ransom, and they won't pay. It won't be today. I'm watching NCAA. My girl could be caught having in 4K having foreplay.
Oh no, that's wild.
Hey,
That's wild.
watching NCAA.
That's wild, bro.
I could know a friend that worked at Popeyes and they getting held at gunpoint because they ran out of legs and thighs. Don't call me. I'm watching college football on TV. That's live.
And don't forget high school football on too. Y'all support your high schools tomorrow.
I very well could go to my nephew game. Well, my nephew he's at my alma mater, Booker T. Washington High School.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's your school.
Starting
Yeah.
quarterback for the JV team. They did win their first game, even though his play was kind of a little up and down. He did throw 2 interceptions, but he threw a touchdown pass. And defense pitched a shutout in the second half, and they forced like 6 turnovers. They forced most of them. You said what?
He had them Emory Jones stats.
I will say this: considering it was his first career high school game, you can kind of tell he was kind of trying to get used to it in the first half. The second half, what they kind of did, they ran short passes. They back to running the ball, and he kind of got more comfortable because they ran the ball really well. And he just started making some great throws. I'm like, okay, he's settled in now. Because they were down 21-12 at halftime, and they forced like 3 turnovers.
Oh,
so,
shoot.
But they pitched a shot in the second half. They won 28-21. So, and he's the start. So he's the starting quarterback for the JV team, but he's also the third string quarterback for the varsity.
Okay.
So basically, the only way he gets in on varsity is if they're about 35 or first 2 quarterbacks got hurt.
Let's not hope that he'll get there in due time.
Yeah, he's you can tell the game's kind of slowing down. I might hit up the game tomorrow night. I might do that. See,
You definitely should, bro. Pop out.
It's my school, so I mean, I got school, and I'm wearing the cut. I mean, we pretty much. The only thing I didn't like about the school is the fact that we literally look like the Kentucky Wildcats, basically, with the blue and white. But it's all right.
Hey, people gonna think you're a recruiter. Just wear your Gator gear.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. You know what's really funny? A couple of years ago, I went to a few games and I wore Gator gear, and people literally were coming up to me asking me if I was a recruiter from the University of Florida.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm just a fan. I'm a fan.
Hey, I mean, honestly, you say, I'm a part of the media or whatever.
I will say that. I will start saying that now. Like,
literally.
Recruiter, but I do cover the team. So
yeah.
I mean, but they asked me, I was like, damn. Oh, it's coming up. Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
He already said it.
I already said it. But yeah, just to reiterate it. Y'all see it.
And that's it, man.
Word 2. But with that, y'all, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate the love and support that y'all give us every time we do these shows. Indisputable Evidence will be back soon. Somebody got to get in contact with Darnell, even though he's pretty in the pits right now because the way school is with him. You got to get in contact with him. But we love y'all. Appreciate the love and support. God bless y'all. Go Gators. Let's get that dub this weekend. And this is crazy, Rob. They did it to you too. But we love y'all. Thank you for all the support. God bless y'all. Go Gators. Miami. We out of here. Y'all have a blessed night.
Peace. All right, y'all boys.